I stood frozen on my lawn, watching HOA enforcers rip my $1,000 solar panels off my roof, oblivious that I, Ethan Caldwell, was the state investigator assigned to dismantle their corrupt operation. What would their smug faces look like when they realized they'd just stolen from the ones sent to expose them? My hands trembled as I tore open a certified letter. Notice of violation, screaming in bold red. The Willow Grove HOA demanded I remove my new solar panels within 48 hours or face $100 daily fines. Slumping into my kitchen chair, I stared at the $11,000 receipt from SolarTech pinned to my fridge with a sun-shaped magnet. Just yesterday, I'd beamed with pride as workers installed those sleek panels on my south-facing roof, a step toward energy freedom and a greener planet. This is a mistake, I muttered, scanning the letter. My phone pinged with a text from my neighbor Liam. Saw Karen snapping pics of your roof. Trouble? Karen Wheeler, the neighborhood's self-proclaimed guardian, lived in a flawless colonial with manicured hedges. She'd glared at me since I painted my door forest green, defying the HOA's beige mandate. I dug out my approval form, signed by HOA President Victor Hayes 6 weeks ago. A knock interrupted. Karen stood on my porch, sporting a Willow Grove polo, her blonde bob unmoving. I see you got our notice, she said, skipping pleasantries. Those panels are an eyesore. I held up the form. They need sunlight, Karen. And Victor approved them. She snatched it, eyes narrowing. This is outdated. New aesthetic rules were passed last month. All changes need architectural committee review. I wasn't told. I snapped. It was in the newsletter. She smirked. Victor's signature means nothing. The board votes together, and your panels violate our harmony standards. My blood boiled. Solar panels are protected under the State Energy Act. HOAs can't block them. She shoved the form back. Spare me the lecture. Remove them or pay. As she left, she called, Your lawn's too long. Expect another violation soon. My phone rang, my boss at the State Energy Commission. Good news, Ethan. The governor greenlit our probe into HOAs blocking renewables. We've got dozens of complaints. Want to lead it? I glanced out my window, spotting Karen whispering with another board member. I'm your guy, I said, voice tight. She emailed me a file on Willow Grove, 12 complaints of denied solar permits and threatening letters. That night, I pored over the Energy Act. HOAs could regulate placement but not ban renewables. Willow Grove was breaking the law. The next morning, Victor knocked, towering in a crisp suit. Karen spoke to you, he said smoothly. An oversight on my part. Your panels are too visible. They're on my roof, Victor. I shot back. We'll waive fines if you remove them by tomorrow. Consider discrete options, like ground panels behind your fence. My yard's north-facing. They'd be useless. His smile slipped. That's your problem. Those panels are coming down, one way or another. I warned SolarTech, then emailed my boss to fast-track the investigation. Her reply. Your lead. Document everything. I set up a roof-facing camera and asked Liam to watch my house. At work, I compiled Willow Grove's violations, 3 years of renewable denials. Liam texted. Karen and Victor are at your place with a contractor. Taking pics. Later. They left. Truck said Horizon Builders, headed to the HOA office. I arrived at the office at 4:30 p.m. Karen was at the desk. We're closing, she snapped. I want the minutes from the meeting about my panels. Not ready, she said, grabbing her bag. I saw you at my house, Karen. What's the plan? She smirked. Just assessing your unauthorized eyesore. That night, I barely slept, checking my camera feed. At 6 a.m., a crash shattered my living room window. 3 workers stood on my lawn, 2 with crowbars. Victor pointed at my roof while Karen ticked a clipboard. "What the hell?" I yelled, rushing out in my robe. "Enforcing rules," Victor said coolly. "You failed to comply," a worker cried at a panel. "Get off my property!" I dialed 911, filming everything. "They broke my window and are stealing my panels," I told dispatch. Karen smirked. "Our covenant allows us to fix violations," Victor added. "We'll deduct window repairs from your fines." 2 panels were gone, roughly handled, $500 each. "If they're damaged, it's in my lawsuit," I shouted. "What lawsuit?" Victor's confidence wavered. "For trespassing, damage, and violating the Energy Act." Liam jogged over, alarmed. Neighbors gathered, filming. Karen whispered to Victor, "Pause until police arrive." "No," he hissed. "If we back down, everyone will defy us." Police sirens wailed. Victor greeted them. "We're enforcing HOA rules." I showed my approval form. "They broke my window and stole my property." An officer eyed the glass. "Covenant or not, you can't damage property or trespass after being told no." The workers stopped at the officer's order. Karen muttered, "This isn't over." I pulled an envelope from my pocket. "It is. As lead investigator for the State Energy Commission, I'm serving you notice. Willow Grove is under investigation for blocking renewables." Their faces paled. Victor grabbed the envelope, his hands shaking. "You're the investigator?" Karen sputtered. "For 2 days," I said, smiling. "You just gave me great evidence," the officer asked. "Press charges for the window and damage?" "Absolutely," I said, eyes on Victor. At the community center meeting, I strode in wearing my commission jacket, slamming the table. "Victor Hayes, Karen Wheeler, Willow Grove Board, I'm investigating your illegal actions. Yesterday, you stole $1,000 of my legal solar panels." Gasps echoed. Victor stammered. "We were enforcing rules." I projected the Energy Act. "HOAs can't ban solar systems." A slide showed 12 complaints against Willow Grove. Mrs. Clara, a widow, stood. "They denied my panels, said they'd hurt property values." Others shared denials. I played Karen's recorded voice. "Those panels violate our guidelines." She leaped up. "He tricked us." "I've lived here 3 years," I said. "I didn't ask for this case, but you broke the law and bragged." Photos showed my damaged lawn and panels in Karen's garage, thanks to Liam. County Inspector Olivia Grant burst in, suspending the board's operations for financial irregularities. Officers cornered Victor and Karen. Olivia whispered, "Your case gave us an opening. It's deeper than panels, missing funds, shady contracts." Mrs. Clara thanked me, tears in her eyes. "My bills are crushing me." Liam showed a video, Victor and Karen with a Sunshine Power CEO, promising consulting fees for blocking solar. Olivia's face hardened. "This needs the Attorney General." News vans arrived. At 3:17 a.m., I woke to a crash, red paint spelled, "Traitor," on my door. Harassment escalated, slashed tires, smashed mailbox. Liam sent an HOA letter rallying neighbors against government overreach. My boss warned, "Victor's cousin is a senator. They're pushing to reassign you." Karen appeared at my door, shaken. "They're pinning it on me." I kept records, every payment. She fled as Victor honked. At Victor's emergency meeting, neighbors plotted a lawsuit against me, alleging falsified evidence. Mrs. Clara, Liam, and others formed a resistance at my kitchen table. Channel 7 broke news of the Attorney General's probe into HOA Sunshine Power collusion. Hidden footage showed Victor's deals. Sunshine Power's lawyers demanded our evidence, securing a 48-hour restraining order. A process server hit me with legal papers as cameras flashed. Mrs. Clara's recordings changed everything. 2 years of HOA abuses, including Victor's bribery confession. Sunshine Power pays us to block solar. By morning, police detained Victor and Karen. Neighbors gathered, sharing stories of HOA tyranny. A Sunshine Power lawyer offered a settlement, new panels, community funds, and a partial NDA. I refused the gag order. Weeks later, Sunshine Power installed my panels for free. Victor and Karen faced charges. Their CO quit. The FBI raided Sunshine Power's HQ. Laura, Victor's wife, handed me a flash drive, records of 26 HOAs colluding with Sunshine Power. A new board led by Mrs. Clara passed pro-renewal bylaws. Olivia offered me a state task force role to reform HOAs. At a backyard celebration, neighbors cheered as news showed FBI arrests. I just wanted lower bills, I told Liam. Sometimes small fights spark big wins, he said. I took Mrs. Clara's clipboard, signing up to help homeowners statewide. What do you think? Was my stand against the HOA justified, or did I escalate a petty dispute too far? Share your thoughts in the comments, especially on where you draw the line between standing up and stirring trouble. Your perspective could spark the next big debate, so hit that like button and let's get this story out there.